Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. So the video today is going to go through my current cardio. So obviously something that has changed somewhat since prep in terms of the type of cardio I'm doing, the intensity, and just generally the effort I'm putting into it as well. So cardio is pretty boring, if I'm honest. Like, I filmed this and watched it and thought, I don't know who's going to want to watch this, but I'm going to talk over a lot of the footage, so I'm not going to say too much now. The first part of the video is going to cover my kind of steady state sessions, which I do 4 times a week, and then the second part is going to go through my HIIT cardio, which I do in 2 of my 3 rest days, and then finally I'm going to go through my mobility and ab routine that I do after every cardio session. So I hope you enjoy, I hope you learn something. Any questions, let me know. Let's get into it. Right guys, so a voiceover for the majority of this video, as let's be honest, cardio is a little bit boring to watch, and I don't expect you guys just to see me pedal away and row away for the best part of 10 minutes. So the first segment of this video goes through the sessions that I do on my training days, so that tends to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but if it changes, it's 4 times a week, and it consists of 20 minutes on the bike, followed by 1,100 meters currently on the rower. So starting off on the bike, one thing that I will kind of mention as something that people can really take away from this hopefully is the bike is a very easy piece of equipment to piss about on and just kind of turn your legs over and not actually work hard. So although it looks like I'm not working particularly hard, although now we're in hyper speed, it does. The first thing that I do when I get on the bike is, for the first 2 minutes, I don't go on my phone and I make a conscious effort to really work hard to get my heart rate up and to get my legs moving, because then the remainder of the session I tend to maintain a much better pace. So outside of that, it's 20 minutes. I spend a bit of time on my phone going through kind of messages and check-ins after I've done that initial 2 minutes, and from there I pretty much go straight onto the rower. So the rower is a new addition for me. This has been something that's added in since prep. I do, like I said, 1,100 meters here at the best pace that I can. So I record the times every day and I try and kind of progress them. The main way I've progressed the rower is, when I first started, I had no reference point, and I won't lie, the first couple of weeks really were brutal. I was shit. It absolutely burnt me out, and it hurt. It hurt my hips, it hurt my shoulders, my elbows. It was weird as hell. But I'm in the groove now. So what I'm doing is I've been adding like 50 meters to my length each week or every couple of weeks. So I'm at 1,100 meters at the minute. It takes me just under 4 minutes, which is a good amount of time because it is a much higher and harder kind of form of cardio than the bike. So after it, I am properly gassed. I'm not sure if I'll let you listen to how heavy my breathing is. If you're lucky, I might. But I really find it beneficial. Again, going up to hyper speed here, because you don't need to see me do it too much. But really enjoying the challenge of the rower and enjoying trying to progress. My aim really is to try and build my distance up and see how far I can get while keeping it under 4 minutes. So as I said, at the minute, I think my best is around 3 minutes 55. So I'm going to maintain there until I get a little bit lower, and then I'll add another 50 meters onto that. But yeah, you can see here I'm breathing pretty hard. It certainly taxes me, and it's a fantastic form of cardio and a great challenge. So it takes me a while to get my breath back after this, but once I do, I'm going to show you some of the times I've been doing. Not that that's a lot, but it's a bit of a reference point for me as much as anyone, and maybe in the future we can look back on this video and we can see how much I've improved. But like you can see from this next clip that, you know, when I started recording them, I was just doing 1,000 meters. I've actually built this up from 700 meters, so it's fairly progressive. So now we go on to the HIIT cardio session. So I do this on a Wednesday and a Saturday typically, or 2 of my 3 rest days. I have 1 complete rest day. And the way I structure this is credit to a coach called Aaron Davies. He gave me this program. So I do, as you can see here, picking up the pace, I do 30 seconds on. The first 15 seconds of that is about 80%. The next 10 seconds is about 90%, and the final 5 seconds is at maximum effort. So you'll be able to see, I think we're up to the 10-second push here, and then hopefully once that goes, you will see me then hit hyperdrive. Although, I'll be honest, watching it back, it doesn't look as fast as I hoped. But again, really taxing cardio, really productive cardio, and also quite enjoyable because the way you build the pace, it makes when you hit max pace, you can really hit it hard and you get straight into it. And you work for a prolonged period of the 30 seconds is hard. As a reference point, on the watt bike, my easy tends to be about 60 RPM, my moderate is then 80, my hard is then 90, and my hard is about 100 RPM, and my max is about 140. So I do 8 repetitions of that with 90 seconds between each of the 30 seconds. And then from there, still in the same session, the HIIT session, I do some farmer's walk. Now you can see that it's pitch black outside because of the time in the morning. So this is a fairly uneventful video. You see me going off into the distance. But what I do here is, at the minute, I'm just doing 20 kilos per hand. And it's it's 50 strides there, 50 strides back. And I do that 3 times. And I just find it really good. Find it a nice change and a nice challenge. So that's that. And then we're going to finally come on to the stretching and mobility portion, which I do talk about a little bit at the end of this video anyway. But on here, I am doing this after every single session. So whether it is rest day or training day, I do this session, and it basically just works through all areas that I like to feel loose on. So the majority of my day is sat at a desk. So naturally, my hips are tight. I like to spend a bit of time after cardio in the morning loosening them off. You'll also, if you watch my training videos, see that I do the same stretches before I train. So on training days, I'm doing a pretty decent stretching routine twice a week, twice a day. So lower body, hips, hamstrings, quads, and then from there, I do. I'm not sure what this is called, but it basically works my core, but it also helps, I find, kind of loosen off my lower back a little bit just through movement, which is quite nice. So I'll do this as a preemptive movement before I go into my abs. You'll see I do this all back to back. I don't want to take any longer than I need to on this. So it's literally finish my cardio, whatever session it was, get straight into the stretching, let my heart rate calm down, and then go straight into the abs. So I start off, I do 25 sit-ups, I do 25 leg raises, and then I'll do 25 sit-ups with my feet elevated. So that's the sort of floor work there. And then after this, I will then move on to the ab rollout, which again, not done too much of, but looking at getting better on that. So it probably looks better than it is here because it is obviously sped up so that you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. But this, again, I feel this everywhere. I feel this in my lats, in my chest, but obviously predominantly in my core. And I try and kind of control and contract through that midsection. And then finally, just to work kind of lower ab a little bit more, and also to work shoulder stability. Another kind of movement I've put in is the parallel bar knee raises. So again, I have to stabilize through my shoulders, through my upper back. So I do think it's actually helping my shoulder health a little bit. And then we do knee raises, 2 sets of 12. So all in all, the stretching and abs probably takes 10, 15 minutes. And I do that after every single session. Right guys, so that is my morning stretching and ab routine done. I do that 6 days a week, 6 mornings a week, regardless of what the session is cardio wise, whether it's my steady state bike into the rower or whether it is the HIIT cardio on the bike followed by the farmer's walk. So yeah, nice and simple. Anyone who's watched videos of mine before in the gym will probably recognise a lot of those stretches. They're just the ones that make me feel good, warm, like loosen me off, hips especially, and lower body. And then the ab work, nice and simple. I don't know how long it takes, maybe 5-10 minutes. But yeah, keeps me in a good place, keeps me in a good routine, keeps my core locked in. And yeah, that's it, nothing to it but to do it. So now we are done. It's a rest day, I'm gonna go have some breakfast. Peace and love.